Chapter 1 of The Windy Hill. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Peter Eastman. The Windy Hill by Cornelia Meigs. Chapter 1. The Bee-Man. The road was a sunny, dusty one, leading upward through Medford Valley, with half-wooded hills on each side whose far outline quivered in the hot, breathless air of mid-June afternoon. Oliver Payden seemed to have no regard for heat or dust, however, but trudged along with such a determined stride that people passing turned to look after him, and more than one swift motor car curved aside to give him room. "Want a ride?" inquired one genial farmer, drawing up beside him. "Where are you going?" Oliver turned to answer the first question, meaning to reply with a relieved yes, but his square, sunburned face hardened at the second. "Oh, I am just going down the road, a little way," he replied stiffly, shook his head at the repeated offer of a lift, and tramped on in the dust. The next man he met seemed also to feel a curiosity as to his errand, for he stopped a very old, shambling horse, to lean from his seat and ask point-blank, "Where may you be going in such a hurry on such a hot day?" Oliver, looking up at the person who addressed him, and gauging his close-set, hard grey eyes and his narrow dark face, conceived an instant dislike and distrust of the stranger. He replied shortly, as he had before, but with less good temper, "I am going down the road a little way, and as you say, I am rather in a hurry." "Oh, are you indeed?" returned the man, measuring the boy up and down with a disagreeable, inquisitive glance. "In too much of a hurry to have your manners with you, even?" He shot him a look of keen and hostile penetration. "It almost looks as though you were running away from something." He stopped for no further comment, but went jingling off in his rattle-trap cart, the cloud of dust raised by his old horse's clumsy feet hanging long in the air behind him. Oliver plodded forward, muttering dark threats against the disagreeable stranger, and wishing that he had been sufficiently quick of speech to contradict him. Yet the random guess was a correct one, and running away was just what Oliver was doing. He had not really meant to when he came out through the pillared gateway of his cousin's place. He had only thought that he would walk down the road toward the station, and see the train come in. Yet the resolve had grown within him, as he thought of all that had passed in the last few days, and as he looked forward to what was still to come. As he walked down the road, rattling the money in his pockets, turning over his wrongs in his mind, the thought had come swiftly to him that he need no longer endure things as they were. It was 3 miles to the railroad station, but once there he could be whisked away from all the troubles that had begun to seem unendurable. The inviting whistle of a train seemed to settle the matter finally. "It isn't as though I were afraid of anything," he reflected, looking back uneasily. "If I thought I were afraid, I would never go away and leave Janet behind like this. No, I am only going because I will not be made to do what I hate." He told himself this several times by way of reassurance, but seemed always to find it necessary to say it again. There were some strange things about the place, where he and his younger sister Janet had come to make a visit, things that made him feel, even on the first day, that the whole house was haunted by some vague disquiet of which no one would tell him the cause. His cousin Jasper had changed greatly since they had last seen him. He had always been a man of quick, brilliant mind, but of mild and silent manners. Yet now he was nervous, irritable, and impatient, in no sense a genial
Sample complete. Ready to continue?